Silver Fang versus Goketsu. This is a great matchup we have right here because both of these guys are very similar and they match up great as well. These guys are both master martial artists, have won the Super Fight tournament, and I estimate them both to be high dragons. So what would happen if they were to fight? Who would win? Well, in this video, we're going to try to figure that out. But unfortunately, my manga bros, I can't talk about Bang in depth without going into webcomic spoilers. So if you don't want to know what's going to happen, I suggest you check out now. So besides the similarities that I mentioned earlier, both of them are proven capable to handle S-class level guys with relative ease, as Bang has schooled Metal Bat, Super Ally Darkshine, and Hero Hunter Garo, while Goketsu has destroyed Genos and Suiryu. So before we compare anything else, let's try to establish who the more skilled martial artist would be between these two, as we can assume that this battle would be a tactical one and would come down to a game of inches, meaning that the first mistake made would likely be death. So just in my opinion, I think it is implied that Bang is likely the more skilled martial artist of these two. I mean, yes, it is said that Goketsu was the winner of the very first Super Fight tournament, which was the biggest and arguably had the toughest competition in it. But Bang, on the other hand, is essentially a living legend among martial artists, while Goketsu isn't really held in the same light. Yes, he does have the clout from winning the Super Fight tournament, but his name doesn't really ring like Bang or Silver Fang's does. Bang is also much older than Goketsu, meaning he has more experience and much more training under his belt to refine his skills. I mean, this was proven when we've seen Bang take down super powerful characters like Super Ally Darkshine. So I don't think it's too far out of the realm of possibility to assume that Bang is the more skilled between these two. So now let's get into their power output. So while Bang's power is pretty impressive, most of his best feats are really coming from a combined effort of him and Bomb, while Goketsu can just bust through the stadium, as we have seen, very easily with one of his, what we can assume, a serious punch, maybe? I mean, him holding back just obliterates Genos and Suiryu, both S-class level guys, and the punch that he throws to show Bakuzan his killing intent, very easily busts the stadium and even some more than that. And when we see the impact of him fighting against Saitama, which we can assume him just swinging at air is causing shockwaves in the city, I think it's objective at this point that he has a much higher output than what Bang individually has. Let me also mention that Goketsu is friggin' huge. He's like gigantic. I mean, just look at the scale of a regular person compared to just his hand. So that's going to play a factor in here. So now let's compare their speed. So like I said, Goketsu is massive in stature, but this doesn't hinder his speed at all. I mean, it's implied that he's much faster than Suiryu, who had pretty damn impressive speed feats before his encounter with Goketsu. And Bang also, of course, very impressive in the speed department, and I'm not entirely sure if he is necessarily faster than Goketsu, so let's just say that they're about equal in the physical speed department, but I'm going to assume that Bang's reflexes and perception are much faster than Goketsu's, as we have seen just multiple feats of Bang showing this on display throughout the series, and it just seems like it would be above Goketsu's, since we have established that he's likely more skilled than him as well. So now let's compare their durability, because this is really going to decide if Bang can even take a strike from Goketsu. So we've seen that Bang can take a serious strike from Melzerguard. I mean, this strike was so serious that Melzerguard thought that he had killed Bang with it, but it turns out that that wasn't the case, and Bang got up, wriggled his shoulder around and said that he needed to do more full body workouts. So we can assume that this didn't really phase him all that much. We have to remember that Melzerguard is a dragon, so this is a dragon level strike. We've also seen Bang take a full-on rush from Elder Centipede that sent him into a tree, and this too didn't really phase him all that much. And of course, Elder Centipede is a dragon as well, close to the size of his city too. And if we're just continuing the dragon train, Bang was also able to take a carpet bombing of light spheres from Homeless Emperor. This is likely his most impressive feat of durability. I mean, aside from Elder Centipede and Melzergard, this is freaking crazy. I mean, look at how many spheres he is taking here. So all of that together, I mean, we've got 3 feats of durability from 3 powerful dragons. I'm going to assume that, yeah, he can probably take a strike or 2 from Goketsu on the chin. I mean, Homeless Emperor and Elder Centipede are executives just like Goketsu, so why not? So Goketsu's durability, on the other hand, isn't too shabby either. I mean, he can easily tank Suiryu's best shots, like straight up to his face, not even blinking. This is really incredible, but he does die by a single strike from Saitama, meaning that his durability is falling below that of Rover and the Evil Natural Water. So he's not exactly in the top tier of durability, but it is still impressive nonetheless. So now let's get into the fight itself. So I assume that this fight would be very competitive and very serious, because I can also assume that Goketsu definitely knows who Bang is, because like I said, Bang is like a living legend among martial artists. So Goketsu definitely knows who he is. He's not going to be messing around with him, and he's going to be taking him seriously. So I think Bang's speed, perception, and reflexes would be just enough for him to narrowly evade Goketsu's strikes. Like I said, this is really difficult to analyze because we don't really get too much of Goketsu. But just based off of him being quicker than Suiryu, I'm going to assume that he wouldn't necessarily be able to land on Bang at will. But nonetheless, his strikes are causing shockwaves, destroying the environment and whatnot, but it's also possibly leaving him open for Bang's counterattacks. So let's just say the fight keeps going on and Goketsu is likely gaining the upper hand against Bang, since, you know, the odds are kind of stacked against Bang here. Goketsu is just a gigantic powerhouse who is maybe just as fast or slightly below him in the speed department, so it's not really looking good for Bang. So you know what that means. Bang will likely use the abandonment sooner or later. So the abandonment is Bang's breathing technique, which is essentially his ultimate move, and it just buffs all of his stats. And we've seen what he is capable of after using this. He one-shotted Fura Ugly, Gums, and wrecked Black S. So let's get a little more into that. So not only is he one-shotting Fura Ugly, but he is severely outspeeding him. I mean, he is so fast with his instantaneous effect in killing Fura Ugly that he's not even aware that it has happened. I mean, he's mid-talking as there is a hole being punched through him. And Fura Ugly was established to be even faster than a Mime Mask, who was incredibly fast to begin with. So it's likely that Bang is definitely excelling Goketsu in the speed department post-abandonment. And let us also remember that Fura Ugly, Gums, and Black S are executives just like Goketsu. So does this mean that Abandonment Bang could also take out Goketsu? And I think, yeah, why not? I mean, like I said, they are all executives, and Goketsu's durability is not at the highest tier. So I assume that Abandonment Bang using the instantaneous effect or the Fang interpolation would likely kill Goketsu just like he killed Fura Ugly and Gums. Therefore, the winner is Bang. So if you came away from this versus a little unsure as to who would win, well, I don't blame you, because Goketsu, it really seems hard for him to lose here because of his power output being so outrageous, and just the fact that we'd have to really guess how many of these shots Bang could take, as well as if he could avoid all of them or most of them. But I'm just going to assume that Bang's overall speed, perception, reflexes, and martial arts skills in general will allow him to overcome Goketsu in the end. I mean, especially post-abandonment, when he becomes borderline above Dragon at that point. It's also very possible that Super Ally Darkshine has a similar power output to Goketsu. Just taking a guess here. I mean, especially Manga Darkshine. And as we found out later on in the story, you know, Bang completely schooled Darkshine, and I don't even think he was hit once. So I assumed that, maybe he could avoid most of Goketsu's shots and eventually get him in the end with an instantaneous effect or a Fang interpolation post-abandonment. So that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Let me know what you thought about this one. I know I can't please everyone with these versus battles, but if you still enjoyed the video, please give it a like. I also have a Patreon. It starts at $2 and it gives you access to a Q&A. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe as well. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.